Alrighty, Sharp Kustoms. It's been pretty close to a week. New Year's was the last time we posted. Sharp Kustoms, we're rolling. Our sponsors today are Who the Fuck Are You and What the Fuck Are You Doing? Because you should be doing something. It's not really a sponsor, but I thought it was funny. Anyhow, I got number 6, Lamborghini on the go. We are not talking about Lamborghinis. I'm calling this video the evolution of Sharp Kustoms quarter scale endeavors over the last basically 3 years. And yes, the Lamborghinis are what's on the go now, but we're going to take a walk over there. Yeah, I pulled, if the camera wants to show my shelves up there, there's nothing up there. It's empty. I sold them all. I got rid of everything. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm pulling your, I'm reaching in the camera and I'm pulling your leg. No. I put them all down on the tables because we're going to go through them. And when I say the evolution of Sharp Kustoms quarter scales, because there's much more to Sharp Kustoms, you know. I haven't done airbrushing in a while. We haven't really worked on real vehicles in a while, you know, because let's face it, I'm just hell-bent on quarter scale stuff. It's what keeps me busy, what keeps me going. I wish I had a shop bigger so I could have all my real vehicles in here and work on the little stuff and just toy around with the stuff I need to do. I'm going to walk around. So, to start, 3 years ago, the camera girl and I were building our 52 Chevy pickups. And I was like, well, you know, I had some quarter scale vehicles way back in the day. You know, got in, you know, a car. It replicated a little car that we used to race. They were dwarf cars. And I kind of replicated it in quarter scale. And then I kind of stepped it up and I built a monster truck. And then I got into the, you know, the big gas boats. But during that process, when we started our YouTube channel, it was like, you know what, I'm gonna build a quarter scale truck, the same as our real trucks, and not for the purpose of getting into the quarter scale business, but just so when I finished, you know, our camera girl's truck and my truck, I could just throw it in the back and I could take it with us. You know, cruise nights, car shows, stuff like that. Just kind of show, oh hey, we got his and hers 52 Chevys, but also got this little quarter scale replica, which is one of these babies right here. And it was like, I got involved with, you know, the social media, the quarter scale groups and all that stuff. And it was like, yeah, I spent, you know, hundreds of hours creating the mold for this. And so we're going to keep a number count here. So you have to do some mathing. Yes, yous have to do some mathing. So when I started these, it was like, I was only going to build the mold and build 1 or 2 purely for myself. And, you know, handful of people, well, I shouldn't even say a handful of people, a couple people wanted one. So I was like, oh, well, that's kind of interesting. I got the molds, you know, off the buck that I carved out of foam and wood. Yeah, okay, I can make a couple and, you know, ship them to you, blah, blah, blah. So, 5. I made 5 of these. I still have one upstairs if anybody is interested. In mint condition. It's in like a kind of a gunmetal gray type of thing. You know, this one's mine. This one's been pretty beat up. I only ever did one of these Chevy trucks with a chop top. That went to Maine. I know where almost every single one of my quarter scale vehicles went. Some I don't know, some have passed hands. So yeah, we did 5 of the Chevy trucks. Still have the molds, by the way. Can make one at any time. And then after the Chevy trucks, we got into the GT40s. We get into the GT40. GT40s were a pretty good run. Now, the count on the GT40s, destroyed one, but I'm going to count it anyway. 18 GT40s. And I know for a fact 5 reside here in Canada. The rest all went across the border. And like I said, quite a few of them have changed hands. People that bought them, I guess they decided they didn't want to build them. Don't know the deal. Sold them to other people. So they're floating around out there. Still a cool factor. You get your numbers going, correct? 18, 5. Now we're going to move on. Then we went on to 34 hot rods. Whether it be, you know, hot rod open wheel style or hot rod full fender. I know for a fact the hot rod full fender, I believe 4 full fenders, 2 built like this, this one being mine, being the wide fender. Did do a standard fender, and then a couple of kits were sold with the fenders, and 4 done this style, just hot rod, open wheel. Basically, you get the cab, you get the grill shroud. So that's 8 of the 34 coupes. Couple of them chopped. Trying to think. Yeah, two chopped coupes, like 3/4 of an inch taken out of the roof line, which pretty cool. And cool fact about that is one person actually has 3 of them. He has 3 of them, and he has both of the chop tops. He's got the, we did the yellow Baja, which was a chop top. He's got that one. He's got the dark root beer, which was a standard roof, and then he got the Bad Apple, the other red Bad Apple Pro Street chop top. So that was pretty cool. So we got 5, we got 18, we got 8. Okay, then we move on to the Lamborghinis. This one is not an account because this is the 3D print that I cleaned up and I finished, and you see me run it. This one is mine with the flip up headlights, opening doors. We're at 6. It's not completely finished, but I'm going to count it anyway because I'm going to say it's 60% there. 60% there. So that's 6. So, aside of the cars, we've also got jet boats. Jet boats. I did make a mold off of one of my old jet boats to make this one. Is it a count? Not really, because it's a boat, but I'm gonna count it anyway. It's only one. I've only pulled one hull out of those molds. This particular boat, I just set it here because it's cool. It's another jet boat. Steven's boat. He actually sent me this. I just restored it. I did not make molds or create this boat. I just fixed it, cleaned it, painted it. But yeah, it's not an account. It's not an account. 5 Chevys, 18 GT40s, 8 coupes, 6 Lamborghinis, 1 jet boat. That is not including all the other little stuff that I have fiberglassed and fabricated. I totally forgot. I actually did a Viper jet. Believe it or not, I did a Viper jet. There's a half of a Viper jet on the wall over there. It's not a very good one, but we did complete one complete Viper jet. Electric duct fan jet. We did complete one complete body of those. I totally forgot about those. Those are one of my favorite airplanes, even though I'm not really an airplane guy, because, you know, I fly them. I've had a few, I fly them, and I crash them. That's what I do with airplanes. I fly them, and I crash them. That's my experience with planes. Down below, we've got another Lamborghini body, which is being prepped to have opening doors, flip-up headlights. That is actually a request for somebody I know. And right beside it, we have that Pantera 3D print, which is going to be the next, that is going to be the next car that I'm going to be molding, you know, to create some fiberglass bodies of the Pantera. What's after the Pantera? I'm not 100% sure. I have quite a few ideas. But that's kind of the evolution, and it's like, yes, I do more body shells than anything. But at the same time, I have also created chassis for cars. You know, I've bought lots of old Rayco stuff, chopped it, hacked it up. You know, because I have sold quite a few cars that were complete. They were complete. They were basically ready to run, you know, RTR. And that's a whole, to me, that's a whole nother side of the quarter scale thing. You know, doing bodies is one thing, but when you build a complete, you know, chassis, motor, drivetrain, suspension, put a body on it, you know, that just, to me, that just ups the ante, you know, in a sense. But still got to get that one. That's Steven's coupe. Still got to get that off to England. We priced it out to ship that particular car over to where he lives, and it was going to be about $1,800. But we priced it out during, you know, the Christmas holidays, so we're going to kind of wait and see if the price drops. If the price doesn't drop, then we're going to figure out some other way to get that over to him. Might have to send it in multiple pieces, you know, break it down, you know, I mean, send it in smaller packages, or he could just come over here to Canada, because airfare is actually kind of cheap from England. And I'm not sure what your carry-on weight is, but I think that would fit in a duffel bag. And you could take it as carry-on. Now, whether you, yeah, that's a sticky situation that I'm not even going near, because I know nothing about flying on jets. But there you go, man. There's a little rundown. By the way, taking these all off of the shelf, these things are heavy. And I gave them a quick clean. They were all a lot of dust. A lot of dust on, you know, the truck. The truck has probably been sitting up there the longest. I don't know, maybe the GT40. They had a lot of dust on them. They were due for, I just took the air and kind of blew them off. But yeah, there you go, man. That is what I consider the evolution of the quarter scale bodies. And trust me, there is more to come. I get people that request me to make all kinds of different vehicles. I never thought that I would be doing GT40s or Lamborghinis, you know, because my background is this old stuff. These old hot rods. This is my background. You know, this is my background. So to deep dive into, you know, sports cars was never really kind of my thing. But when you get so many requests for a certain type of vehicle, it doesn't hurt to do the, I went down the rabbit hole on the GT40, and I'm still in the rabbit hole of the Lamborghinis. Just, I gotta admit, Lamborghini was one of my favorite sports cars, along with the Pantera. This Pantera, not really my cup of tea. This is like 88, 89, GT5, not really my cup of tea. I'm more the 72, 73 Pantera, without the wing, without the, fender flares, without the spoiler. That was my Pantera, but yeah, like what's next for Sharp Kustoms? Only time will tell. That's all I can say. Only time will tell. Might be a total surprise to you, because it's up here. Trust me. The next one after the Pantera, it's already there. I've got like five new body styles that I would like to do for the quarter scale industry. How many of them I will sell to people, it doesn't really matter. It was like the Lamborghini. Lamborghini, I'm going to say his name. Lamborghini was Mike Casey's idea. Out of California, quarter scale legends. Great guy. Love the guy. Don't even know the guy. I've only chatted with him. But it was his idea. And when I did the Lamborghinis, I was a little hesitant, but I said, well, it doesn't really matter, because at least you'll have one, you'll have your favorite car, and I'll most certainly have one, just because I'm going to build one anyway. And I was fine with that. I don't have to sell, I don't have to do a run like the GT40s. To me, it really doesn't matter. If I sell a couple of each style that I build, and it pays for the product and it pays for my time, I'm quite happy with that. But there you go, man. Rundown. I call it the evolution of the quarter scale system at Sharp Kustoms. Like I said, I got like 5 more implanted up here. And you're just going to have to wait, and you're going to have to come back, and you're going to have to see what those might be. So for now, thank you to all the new subscribers. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to comment. You know the routine. Johnny loves you guys. Peace. I'm out.